Yeah, here we are. Seth MacFarlane finally comes out with another banger of a season, the Orville. Yes! Oh my god. This show is everything that the new Star Trek wishes it could be. This show is a pure homage to the past Star Trek iterations of its kind. It has everything. It has comedy, it's entertaining, it has drama, big character development, a good plot, social commentary. It's got everything. It is the pure and simply. It literally is old Star Trek in a new form with this is the show that's gonna inspire new generations to of people to be better than they are and promote more ideas in the zeitgeist of maybe our culture and nothing. It can our Picard, Discovery, Strange New Worlds. What is it? Lower Decks, I believe it is the cartoon. They cannot compare to the show. They can't compare to the. I wouldn't say genius level writing. Isn't that? Isn't that? I don't want to suck the Orville's dick that much, but it is like nearly there. It is so enjoyable that I can't even barely contain myself when I'm watching it. And this season, it does step it up. Listen, I'm not gonna like completely spoil everything. I'm basically not going to anyway at all. I just really recommend you watch the show anyway. Seasons 1 and 2 they come out pretty fast from each other. There was like a 2 or 3 year break before season 3 came out. They had some production issues, I believe, after COVID, like a lot of other shows, obviously. And then they got transferred to Hulu instead of Fox, I believe, which Seth is like usually part of. So that's a whole thing. But in this season, it's a shorter amount of episodes. Everything's more contained. But they do it. Seth and the whole team of the writing staff of the Orville, they do a good job of like completing those loose ends of season 1 and 2. They like tie up some plot threads. They tie up the Kalon threat plot thread. That happens a lot in this season. I didn't think that was going to happen in this season. That the Kalon threat would end. I think that it would take another season just because it was this huge thing. They tie up all the Krill stuff. They have more Mocklin stuff. Everybody loves the Mocklins and what the fuck they're about. It's all crazy. Um, Overall, this is just a great show, and I'm happy it exists because it's this show is more Star Trek than Star Trek. It is a new standard for a generation of television that employs the style of like writing and like science fiction shows, and that's it. And it's super similar to like the old show too. Like, and it's just with a newer audience and slightly to better graphics, maybe not all the time. There's this thing that Seth was like, "Oh yeah, we moved to Hulu, so we have a bigger budget, so we could do more things." That's technically true. I believe that the show overcompensates with too much CGI in a lot of places. There's more quantity than actual quality in terms of the CGI aspect of the show, but that's okay. There's more of it. This show actually takes a more serious a a serious tone than the other previous seasons. The other previous seasons were pretty like standard in their comedy and what they were going for a tone like per episode and the episodic nature of it, and they had their own plot threads in those 2 seasons. Those just get they most of those get resolved in this one, but there's a lot more serious tones. We get some more plot threads and some more like mystery about the universe of the galaxy as a whole and what the Union has to deal with. It's great. I loved every second of it. Even some of the things I like didn't agree with, like the social commentary wise, like some of the Mocklin stuff. But it's like it's hard to compartmentalize that because obviously if I'm putting myself in the characters of the show, they're uh, in a place technologically like 300, 400 years advanced than our own society right now currently. So it's weird, but it's still, the show can still be relatable. And that's important for a show of this kind when it's doing all these social commentaries and stuff about trying to relate to things from our culture right now in present day. So I believe that to be important, actually, very important. It does it executes it, and it does it well. far more. At least if I'm comparing it to new Star Trek now, where Star Trek Discovery and Picard have no idea what they're doing, their plots are are messes, and their characters aren't enjoyable in any way. They suck. And it's a real shame for like Star Trek to be that way when we have to, get Seth MacFarlane to be the one, right? To make a good Star Trek like show. It's hilarious. Also, R.I.P. Norm Macdonald. He does have some scenes and dialogue lines in the series. Not a lot though. It's not clear, just like how much Norm was in the production of season 3. It's not clear at all. But they do give him an homage, at least in the first episode. And some other people I think died that were on set in the show or that were part of the show. So it's real sad. So yeah, R.I.P. Norm Macdonald. He's still there as Yaphet, but he's just not shown as much as season 1 and 2. Unfortunately, that's a shame. We all get our other characters though. They're all there. Nothing particularly bad happens to them, even though this is a darker toned season. There's more horror and there's a lot more deaths. Um, it's okay. We get our new character, Charlie, I believe her name is. I didn't actually really like her. She has a good send off, though. It's a spoiler. She does die at the end of the season, sacrificing herself basically to stop the Kalons and the Krill. It's this whole plot line. I just recommend you go watch the show. Watch the show. You won't be disappointed. Believe me, you'll like it. And okay, that's it. All right. Have a good day. See ya.